So we're now less than 2 days away from the big DM World update coming to Duel Links, and we've still not got a trailer or any real promotion for the brand new update, right? It's kind of being treated really low-key, and it's a bit weird that in today's upcoming updates, we've got a confirmation of the brand new character coming, being Noah, of course, which we knew from the stream, right? We saw an image of it, and now confirmed, it's going to be Noah, looking really good in the character pose, really nice. But we still don't know anything really officially about the new update, right? We don't know officially what stars we're getting, if we're getting any characters, what new features are. They've not really told us anything beyond the campaign cards and the DM World refresh for one screen that we've seen so far. That's all. But of course we know, as usual, we're getting more in October, and things are a bit weird because they seem to have forgotten to announce an event that really kind of fits in to make November work. And so we'll kind of talk about that towards the end, but overall, of course, Noah coming at the start of the month. We've got the football collab happening as well, which is going to be the football duel, the fourth fun little mini event thing. You get some accessories, you're going to get the Rescue Rabbit altar of logging in, you're getting some campaign stuff. That's pretty cool. Mid-month, of course, is Duel's Kingdom, which we saw last year, the year before. With Rain Sword, we've got a special version for that one. It does seem like it's just going to be the normal Duel's Kingdom this time around, which is perfectly fine. And of course, Toya come back with a brand new Rush Duel you are, which it doesn't say here. Usually do kind of confirm if it's a Rush Duel one or not, but it has to be because the current one is available in a main box, and so it has to be the Rush Duel one. Then things kind of get a bit interesting because we've then got Tiger coming alongside Legacy Duels in late October. Now, if you're paying attention, that doesn't really make much sense because we just got her in August. And so you would assume, given we've got Yuka right now, we'd go and get Vector. We'd then go and get Marek. We'd then go and get finally Tiger as a rerun after those. But no, they're pushing it forward. Now, it could be because Rush Duel is not the focus, right, for these next 2 months. The Noah event, of course the brand new world update, we've got Duel's Kingdom as well as a speed duel event, and then Legacy Duels is all speed duel, right? And then we're going into which we know there's a KC Cup in early November. There always is. And so having Tiger come early does make some sense to give Rush Duel players some content. It could be we're getting a Debba box or a structure or some kind alongside her. I don't think we'll get a full-on mini box. I think it would just be, it'll be another product where we're buying the same cards over and over and over again until we get to the mini box coming in late November for the Goa Cup coming in December. Assuming things are the same as last year and the year before. That should work out. But of course, it's not that simple because the event dates don't really line up. So first of all, of course, we know we've got Noah happening on the Wednesday the 1st. We've then got the football collab happening on the 6th. This all ends on the 14th, which will then be Duel's Kingdom. Duel's Kingdom then runs all the way through to the 22nd. We know this because that's when the crop updates become mandatory, and of course we need that for Tiger's event to give her the brand new skill. Otherwise, that can't happen. And so that would mean, based on the schedule kind of provided by KONAMI right now, is that Tiger's event would go from 22nd all the way through to November the 1st at the minimum. Now, that's weird. That's a Saturday. They won't do a maintenance on a Saturday. And so that likely would then mean you go all the way through to Monday the 3rd. That would mean Tiger's event is 12 days long, which is longer than her unlock was originally, which they never ever do. And it'd be weird because you would then expect, based on the last 2 years, for the KC Cup to start in this period here, right, and end on the 17th, around then. It could be the week after, right, and it could be that then you slot in another event here, because we know every November KC Cup has a main box. They like to say your main box before the big tournament, and so for the last 2 years, main boxes come with a brand new character every single time, except for New Year's Day. That is the only exception. Every other time has been a brand new character unlock, and so this would be the first time where, at the moment, doesn't really make much sense, right? It doesn't make sense for the Tiger event to be so long, longer than her unlock was. Usually, they go down to 7 to 9 days around then. Now, we think things are different because over on the official Duel Links Twitter account for Japanese, they did confirm that at the end of the month, there is going to be a raid duel event, which is Vector. Now, the big thing is, this wasn't in-game, or the English side, or the Japanese side, so it could be an error. But also, it couldn't be. You know, it could be that they're working on better information that is available in-game. That does happen, right? Sometimes you see, of course, from the campaign images, we get more news via Twitter than we do via in-game. That's perfectly normal. I would imagine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, right? You're ending the event on the 29th. You've then got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days for a rerun event for a raid duel into the KC Cup. Now, of course, that's not a brand new unlock, and so that would be going back on a pattern that's happened for the last 2 years. Could also be a coincidence, but also it is kind of a pattern. But getting players caught up, that does kind of make sense, right? Get them used to Duel Links, like here's a bit of Rush Duel, right? And then back into Speed Duel, the main focus. So we'll see, right? We'll see. Of course, expecting to be getting a deck box probably for Rush Duel alongside this, and then it going to the next week will be the main box of Speed Duel with whoever knows what. At this point, who knows? But let's go and talk about the brand new cards. First of all, it's going to be Shino Bird's Calling, the ritual spell for Shino Birds. We're also going to be getting the field spell, that's also a ritual spell to summon cards from your deck. And if a face-up card is returned to your hand, like all spirits are, you get a bonus effect, which is pretty good. Now, Shino Birds and Duel Links, we have some, right? We've got the bad ones, right? The Pigeon, we've got the Power Spot, we've got the Crane, and the Crow. The good ones, of course, are the rituals, right? The big ones, the Shino Barons, and then, of course, the babies. There's also the Trap card that's really good. It's a pop every turn, but also it's a end the battle phase trap card. And so, given KONAMI don't really like stall decks, we may not see this one come to Duel Links alongside them. It could do, right? It could do, or if it does, right, maybe it's limit 1 or something, limit 3, that kind of thing. Now, the overall Shino Bird cards are really, really cool. If you summon the Baron, you can bounce away monsters, and if you summon the Baroness, you bounce away back row, and then summon a card from your deck. Now, at the end of the turn, it does return back to your hand, you get some tokens which can then be used next turn with the effect of the field spell to make a ritual summon. So if they stay around for long enough, you've got some ammo for next turn. That's pretty cool. You've then got the babies that then make going into the bigger ones even easier. And have some synergy with the banish effect of the salvation. Will we get all these cards? We'll have to wait and see, right? Noah coming is a good sign they'll be in level ups. They could also go down the route of including them in the box and then making new players that miss no event really pissed off because you've then put the ritual spells behind an event. And that would really suck. Then onto Duel's Kingdom is Behemoth, the King of All 100 Battles. Now, this is a really cool retrain of a classic Flaming Eternity card, I believe it is, from back in DM era. It becomes pretty big, it can add a card from my graveyard back to a hand, and it's unaffected by the effects of other special monsters, if you Trooper summon this card. And so, the goal is, your Links, Synchros, Xyz, your new summon mechanics can't really affect this guy. He's just a really big beater from DM World. We've then got Master of Ham, a relatively new card in a TCG, and this is the kind of card back in DM World in Duel Links, right back in 2017, 2018, where you would see meme videos made of this card, right? Guns Blazing would have kind of gone crazy for this card, if there was a skill as well. This would be the kind of video you'd have seen him make and you'd kind of associate Duel Links with, being the for fun cards that TCG never really were able to use that well. Great Magic Gaza, though, is a brand new legend for Fiend decks. This can become pretty big, right? So if you tribute over a big 2500 body, it becomes 5000 attack. Now, a Fiend Dark coming towards the end of the month, what could it mean? Well, it could mean maybe we're going to be seeing more Rebel support coming. They are light Fiends, but that doesn't really matter that much, right? We could be seeing some Royal Rebels in Devil Box. I don't believe, if we go to the Royal Rebels, that they've actually been reprinted in a deck build yet. No, they were in the Super Mini, right? The first one that came out. So, that would be pretty cool. Also, Tiger's event means we see 2 new cards level ups, but also could mean we get more via a deck build, right? And so, could we see, the Prelude, our Gate Drop? We could do. Could we finally see Access Melody? This would be the perfect card to put in a deck build box alongside the Fusion Material. Would I prefer it to be an event reward? Sure. But as a box card, I think like this is a box SR, this one's as a UR, I think just makes sense. And it's the last fusion we need before we go into the contact fusions, which is the more modern stuff, and I don't think they'll give us those without a big kind of push for contact fusions. Alongside a character, that would make more sense. Now, there is one more thing I've got to kind of talk about in relation to Tiger, and that's Go Rush World. Because it has been since February, since our last Go Rush character, Maddox, in the game. And so, it is now going to be into November, right? That's going to be, what, 9 months? 8 months, right? Without a Go Rush character, and of course, we know we're still missing the level cap increase to 35. This is the longest we've gone since the brand new world was released without a level cap. The last one was held by Zexal, that was August 28th, or around then. And so we're now 2 going 3 months on without a cap increase for a world with the same number of characters as of Reigns got in its first year. I hope late November is a Go Rush character there's a big meta shift, right? Bring in a new mechanic, maybe bring contact fusions in. Maybe do that, right? Maybe that'll be the spice we need. And can kind of tie in with Tiger coming to the gate or something to that effect, right? They could easily speed up that process. We've seen they can do it with events. This month kind of hinges on the DM World update, right? Again, we don't know too much about. We know Noah's coming. Shino birds can be really fun. If we get a good skill for them, that'll be even better. But the rest of the month is a bit straightforward, and again, end of the month really does depend on if we're getting both Tiger and Vector. And there wasn't some mix-up with the Twitter account. Hopefully not, because otherwise, getting a rerun for 12 days is going to be rough. Unless, and it's a big unless here, unless they've made Legacy Duels its own event. Which I don't think they will have, but if they have, and this is a bit of a change to how the events work, that's the only other way that this makes sense, right? Is that you have Tiger's event, you have Legacy Duels be a separate thing, and then you have Vector coming before the new main box in November. That's the only other way I can see this working. But we'll see. Let me know thoughts down below what you think's gonna happen. Of course, I'd love to be wrong in many ways, and I'd love KONAMI to actually promote the brand new update. Maybe tomorrow, on the fabled day off from Duel Links, we get a trailer. Or we get some promotion. Because at the moment, Noah is the most exciting thing. We don't know anything else. And it's like, kind of killing the hype a bit for the brand new update. Yeah, it's, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, thanks for watching. Adios.